about, because you've had 3 homes now, right? Am I counting that right? Mm-hmm. So every time you've moved, you've made a really conscientious effort to make your house a home. Mm-hmm. There are some things that you've done, Mom, same thing. You've lived in the same house for over 30-something years. What's interesting about where we are is this is where you guys were.
This is our first
we lived
home.
here until I was 9.
I was 7 when we
left. So we are in the house where we were when we were little girls. We always shared a room. We always shared a room.
So now her daughter
is in our room.
Is in our bedroom where we grew up.
Pretty perfect.
It's pretty
This is where
perfect.
we started a Bible study.
The beginning of the church.
That became Oakland Bible
Yeah,
Fellowship.
yeah, the beginning of the church.
Yeah.
So
Weird.
So you've had the experience though, being here, being in the house you are now, and of decorating, making it a home. You've been through a remodel in your home. Mm-hmm. I'm a little decorating challenge, and I'm begging Kariss to help me. And she's like, I don't have the patience to deal with you and your changes, because I will change on somebody. But I want to talk about women who are like, what does it take to make a house beautiful? Like what are the things that you think would be helpful for someone to know that's they're looking at all the things on Pinterest and Instagram, and honestly, we all are doing that, going, oh, that's pretty, that's pretty,
Yeah.
that's pretty. But what does it take to put you in your home? And what are some things you've done to decorate your home to your standards, to your liking? Have you even discovered what that is?
Well, first of all, you look at your budget.
There you go.
What season of life you're in. We
Yeah.
weren't able to remodel our home until we were in the home for 25 years.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, married 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first time remodeling, and so your dad said, okay, go for it. And you regretted saying go for it. Anyway, so you need to look at your budget, and depending on your budget, take what you have and have someone that's creative, has a creative eye,
Yeah.
come in and move your things around. And
Like
just
a
add,
friend even.
yes,
Just-
we have Rita Smith in our life. She came in and looked at my picture hangings, reframed them, and moved them around. Moved my furniture around. And that's it. Painted the walls, went to Hobby Lobby, all sorts of things. When she showed me the bill, I was in shock. In fact, I had to write her another check because I was so grateful. Grateful that she took what I had and then went to Hobby Lobby, Target, stuff like that, and just made her home homier and comfortable. And so homey, Daddy's not into how things look. He's just
we keep trying to get them to move. We're like, move. You should get another house. They're like, we're fine.
He's not into the home is my domain kind of thing. Lois, just work with it. But when he came home after Rita had moved what we had around and gave him such a small bill, he said, Lois, don't touch anything in the den, because he loved how homier it felt. Yeah. Even the Christmas tree, he decided where it would go, so we not rearrange the den at Christmas.
Yeah.
So it just takes work. But the point is, depending on what season of life you're in, what budget you have, and work with what you have, and trust God for somebody that knows how to make what you have work.
I think that's a good point, because I think we have to do it all. I mean, in your case, you may be able to, but you're asking Kariss right now. I mean, you just moved. When you come over to my house tomorrow for the Super Bowl, will you please go through these rooms and help me figure out what to do? But how's that worked for you? Just
partly that, just asking friends what would be
you have a great neighbor who has a good eye.
I do. I have a great neighbor with a good eye, and just direction. If you can just point me direction, and then sometimes Kariss will just text me a picture of this would look really great there, and just having that picture, even if I don't buy that exact thing because it's not the right size or something, then something in this family
Gives you an idea.
Yeah, if I could just get a family, sometimes that's really great, a direction. But I also think, like you said, we bought a home 4 years into marriage, and then we moved maybe 10 years in or something like that. Sure. Now we've moved one more time, and we have a ministry office, and I literally went through those spaces, like the house we were in, the ministry office, and I just started like going, okay, I'm gonna take that off the wall here and that off the wall here, and that chair, I don't know where to put that chair. And then when we got in this house, I just started going through the rooms. It's like shopping what you have. Like Mommy said, you just start looking at it new, stuff that was in closets, you know what I mean, that I hadn't been able to use in our small little house we were in. I was like, let me pull all this out. Sure. And then I just laid it all out on the dining room floor and started going, okay, this would work in this son's room. And it was kind of fun. It's like Christmas, you know what I mean? Like looking again at the things that you have. Yeah. And I also think it's cool to look at pictures you've taken that are still on your phone. Because some of those pictures, if you will print them in black and white, or print them in sepia, or I don't know what tone. But print them like that, and then just buy one of those black frames from Hobby Lobby.
Or white.
Or white frames. And then get 3 of them together, or your kid or your dog or whatever you love, and then just put those together. It's like art without paying the price of having bought art. It's just your stuff off your phone.
Well, and then I'm sorry to interrupt you. And then frame scripture.
Yeah.
just
Deuteronomy
words.
talks about scriptures being, if you have children,
Yeah.
Deuteronomy
Hanging
talks
on
about
walls.
hanging scripture everywhere. You guys hopefully remember there were scriptures in your bathroom,
Yeah.
everywhere. So scriptures too could be framed
Yeah.
and hung in your home.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, one of the things that I think Mommy did really well is we were the art. Like the pictures of
yeah.
us.
They're still there.
Yeah, the graduation pictures, the
Oh, yeah.
diplomas, the drawings as we were children.
Yeah.
I mean, even now, you just texted me the
Yeah.
other day and said, can you get me a cardboard cover of your book? Because
Yes.
on the mantle,
Yeah.
my mom is putting our achievements. Like Anthony, was it a Billboard
Yes,
award that he has for
Billboard
his
award.
album?
Yes.
And then your movie, the poster from your movie. So even now,
Yeah.
your family and the family's pictures, their portraits, and their
Yes.
accomplishments,
Yeah.
that's the art.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be, and it could be, but
Yeah,
just
sure.
using what you have, like you said, on
Yeah.
your phone. Just print the picture and then just put it on the wall. Or
Yeah.
you got canvas on your wall of your kids.
Oh.
Yes, I do.
Oh.
Costco prints
Costco
canvases.
prints great
Oh,
canvas.
really?
Yeah, so you don't have to frame it. They'll just
No,
put it on a
they
canvas.
put it on the
for you.
canvas.
It's
And
really
you've done
big.
that.
I've done
You put your three
really big.
boys,
Oh, nice.
and you've done it
Ooh.
over time. Like
Oh,
you
wow.
got three, maybe over three
I like
three
that.
times that you've
Yeah.
done.
I
Yeah.
have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to know
Yeah.
how do you keep your stress level down with the fact that you've got all this white, crisp, Joanna Gaines,
come on now.
magnolia, gray. I mean, it's so perfect. But how do you plan to keep your stress level down with the fact that you have a 2-year-old and a baby, and everything looks so great, but
Because when
With
you
a
were
2-year-old and a baby,
when
I
you were
don't
talking
get it.
about white cabinets and white chairs, we're looking at you, but we're looking at each other like.
mm-mm.
So
I'm just wondering, what's your take on how? Yeah, but not even keeping it clean. It's just like I think people look on Pinterest and they get. It seems unrealistic. It seems unrealistic that I can live in a house with a white sofa. And
you're still confused.
I'm still confused. So talk to me
Because she
about.
had a white sofa. She has had a white sofa.
I had a white sofa. I no longer have a white
You
sofa.
no longer have
I
a
have
white
a
sofa.
leather sofa now
Yes,
because
so
of
you
that
made
reason.
small changes. Okay,
Yeah,
but
so
still,
there are small
in
changes.
general, everything
Yes.
is crisp and
Yes.
okay.
Well, it's done mindfully. So like our walls, I would have really loved for them to be a flat paint color. But flat paint colors are really bad for
the
kids.
smudges.
Yeah,
Oh.
the
That's
handprints
true.
and all that.
Oh.
So they're eggshell, which means that if she gets her oily fingers, I can just wipe it off.
Oh.
Okay.
So it's still the color that I would want it to be.
See,
but
somebody
it
didn't even
is-
know that there were different varieties of
No.
paint.
Yeah, absolutely.
Once you choose the color, you can choose the finish.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's why
So-
you need a friend to say.
That's why
don't
you
get
need a
flat.
friend to say, don't get flat.
Yeah.
We know it's beautiful, but you can't keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just I make
Wow.
those kinds of choices in certain areas. So I still have something white, but instead of it, I have a white, big, fluffy chair. But instead of it being like in the main living room, it's in the office that has doors that Ellie won't go in very often. So
We hope.
still have
With the lipstick, which we
Yeah.
found
Yeah.
out with this morning.
exactly. So I still I guess choose to have the things that I like that give me that feeling, but just putting it in certain places or doing like a small change so that it's not, in areas with kids or.
And I do think it's important to note that she's done this really inexpensively, and that's kind of the cool part, because I think
Yeah.
people see that stuff and they go, I don't have the money for that, and really, Target is doing such a great job, and IKEA are doing
I
such a
know,
great job
they
of
are.
$29.99,
Lowering the
a
price.
whole little coffee table
Oh,
situation.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think
And I
it's
love
great.
Hobby Lobby.
Oh, Hobby Lobby
yeah.
is great,
Oh my
yeah.
goodness, unbelievable.
And I
And
would
then,
say that
then they have those 50% off sales. At some point,
Yeah.
everything in their
Yeah,
store
it's like
will be
50%
50% off.
Thank you, Hobby
And don't
Lobby.
forget,
Yes,
don't
thank
forget
you.
Home Goods.
Home
Well,
Goods.
Home
is
Goods is
great.
another
Yeah.
one.
And Marshalls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marshalls. And Target's just my favorite because I can make an excuse to shop for my home because I have to go get
To
milk
get
and
eggs.
eggs.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
you gotta go to the
Yeah.
grocery
And then they put
store.
Chip and Joanna in there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
that's
a
over
wrap.
now. Yeah.
Yeah. And I would say like the last thing is just patience. Like I thought when we got in here we'd be able to do everything and I'd be able to get all the fancy pillows I wanted and put up all the decor. But like that's just not the case. 1, because I have a 2-year-old, 2, because I'm about to have another one, and 3, because sometimes budget doesn't always allow for you to buy everything that you want to buy at one point in time. And so it's just been patience. Like I have a spreadsheet of like things that I want
Which is hilarious.
for each
to me.
room because
You never had
I
spreadsheets.
never had
You're
spreadsheets.
Well, we homeschooled, so she's homeschooled, which is crazy that my adult daughter is sitting here. But I remember trying to teach her Excel, and she was like, "Mom, my brain doesn't work like that." I tell you what, when you want to do your house and redo it on a budget, you will learn how to work Excel. So there you go.
Yeah, so I just have a running list of things that I would like for each room, and as money becomes available, I ask Josh, like, hey, can we afford to go ahead and do this? And so it's just been a slow accumulation of the things that I want instead
There you
of
go.
getting things that are super under budget that I really didn't want in the first place and not being happy with it, like just being patient and waiting for the thing that I want.
From,
Yeah.
you know, a young lady your age, learning to wait,
Yeah.
you know, for the next season, and I call it the season in life, you know?
Yeah.
We're so used to immediate gratification, that's kind of hard to wait, you know, but it's so important to learn that. You know?
It's hard to wait, but then it's worth it once you get what you wanted the whole time.
Josh is in the background making all kind of.
That's growth.
That's growth. Yeah, that's growth. She's come a long way, folks. She's come a long way.
Yes,
He's gonna hold you to it now.
And he's gonna hold you to it.
But I think that's good. Yeah.
One last question. One of the things people always ask us, you know this.
Yeah.
What was it like growing up Evans? Which for 10 years of your life, I was a single mom, so you had that growing up Evans too.
Oh no.
What was that like growing up? And then what is it like as an adult being in Evans? What does that mean?
Uh-oh.
I got the good side.
Yeah.
You would show up and be like, you can't do nothing because my grandfather passed away. I was like, what?
Oh, I didn't mean that. I mean, that was horrible.
Yeah.
I just mean the good side of like, Nani was older, so, and the kids were basically gone.
Yeah,
John,
that's
You were like an only
yeah,
child.
it was like an
living in the
only
lap of
child.
luxury.
Yeah,
We still have to remind her she's really not the fifth
I
child.
am the fifth child. But no, I think I got probably the good end of the spectrum.
Not
Like,
probably.
You did. You got the man.
Just in terms of like, I had a grandmother who was old enough to be my mom, kind of. Like, I just like, you were really young when I was young. And so when I was at your house, I didn't feel like you were my grandfather, my grandmother. It just felt like a second mom and dad. And so growing up Evans was just fun. I don't know, it was fun.
It was fun.
It was fun.
And she got everything she wanted.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Remember that Christmas when everything under the tree was for her?
Yes.
You were like, the tree is exploding, and there's only one person's name on all of the gifts.
Poor Jonathan.
You go ahead and get Ellie. Just bring her out.
Ellie
Get her out.
is yelling.
What is growing up Evans for you? What has it been and what is it?
A lot of rich tradition. That's what it is.
Yeah.
This is a lot of rich tradition. It's a lot of choices. Now looking back, I realize
Intentional.
were
choices.
intentional. They were not like, oh, we just happened to have dinner at a table around the table. It wasn't that. It was mom and dad going, we're going to have dinner around this table. We're going to make actual food. We're not going to drive through places all the time.
Yeah, sure.
And you didn't make dinner every day, but
Sure.
you made dinner and
Enough.
Yeah, enough.
Right.
And then you know, I think people think we were just like, oh, kids sitting around the table.
No, we were joking while Papa
No.
was doing devotions.
Yeah, it was exactly what you would think about 4 small children
Yeah.
and them having to make us sit down and they're exhausted because we won't be still. And exactly what happens at your house
Sure.
is what happened at our house.
Yeah.
That's why I appreciate even more how intentional they had to be to keep doing it. Because sometimes you just want to be like, never mind.
But even when it was hard, they did it anyway.
They just did it anyway.
They made decisions and
Frustrated.
did it anyway.
Yeah, just did it anyway. So.
Yeah.
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 And I'll add this one thing, other than it being fun. I feel like I did not realize that it's not the norm for everybody to be extremely close with their family.
We are
Yeah.
extremely
Yeah.
close.
Like I
kind of
I
weird
didn't
and
realize until like college that like people
Me
don't
either.
talk to their
That's why I went
mothers
to
every
college.
day. Like why are you ignoring the phone call from your mother? Why don't you talk to her every day?
Gotcha.
Or like I don't, and even like aunts and uncles, like I've seen other families, like it's on special occasions that everybody gets together with their aunts and uncles and cousins.
And we're
But that's
together
it's like every
once
Sunday,
a
like
month,
Yeah.
for sure.
yeah, once a month
We
for
have dinner
sure.
together.
But there's
Yeah.
always something happening where everyone is together, and
Sure.
so I don't. As I'm getting older, I just realize you want to
You
go
went to nap,
nap.
except you didn't nap. Hi,
That's Ellie.
you want to wave at the camera? Wave. She's like, which camera do I look at? My daddy has 5
Like, is
cameras
this
up.
camera A, B, or C? Just
Yeah.
like,
I
But
think
you-
I
you-
smell a diaper.
Oh.
I think I smell a diaper.
Did you Ellie? Did you boo? She's like, don't tell everybody.
Yeah.
Mommy, you cooked every Sunday.
Yeah.
We woke up Sunday morning to the smell of pot roast
Yeah.
or something going.
Sure.
And I think that that's one of the reasons why we still, to this day,
Go get some
gather around Sunday meals,
Sure.
because you created that moment for
Yeah.
us, you know.
Amen. Amen.
So
Thank you so much.
thanks for doing that.
Oh, my pleasure.
Yeah.
It was a joy. Yeah.
Because really, everything that we continue to do is something that we've seen you do. I mean, Daddy too, but a lot of the infrastructure, the meals and those kinds of things came because you were doing them.
Yeah.
So the getting together, I remember vacation, remember Mommy used to put those American traveler's checks in her purse? Because like Daddy was driving, but you were making sure okay, Tony, we've got to stop. What are the, making sure.
Oh, yes, marathon.
all of that, yeah. So there's the the framework of a lot of what we've been able to
Sure.
experience as Evans is because of you cooking and budgeting and all that stuff. So.
Well, it was really amazing that God gave me 4 children. I was just, I wanted 12, but then.
You wanted 12 kids?
I missed that.
I know, that was before, starting on that journey. But then biologically, my doctor said, you need to stop at
12
4.
kids.
And
Did
so,
you know that, Priscilla? That mommy wanted 12 kids? Priscilla, did you know mommy wanted 12 kids?
No, I didn't know
Yeah.
you wanted 12
yeah,
kids.
but anyway, well, that's on video. Now it's a real.
Yeah, right. Trying to do videos with the kid who won't nap and actually has
There you
dirty
go.
on herself.
She's still shaking.
Well, anyway, we will end it here
Yes.
because Ellie needs to be changed.
Yes.
Priscilla's got to go to a kid's basketball. She probably needs a nap. Daddy's waiting on.
He's waiting on lunch.
Daddy's waiting on her. Right, he's waiting on her at home. My husband has texted me 5 times, like, "Where are you?"
Yes.
So on that note, we'll say bye-bye.
Yeah, that was great.
Bye-bye.
The bell.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Joe.
Everybody wants to know if I still have a grandmother name. Look, Ellie.
Oh,
What's her name?
No,
what's her
fine.
name? Who's that? Who's that? What's my name? Chrystal. We'll fix it eventually.